don't ever want to give up losses, but like I always judge things by the win column. And if you just look at the West, everybody's that's like they're separated by like 3 games.
Yeah, I guess I looked at that.
Yeah, like
Yeah, they only
Utah
three.
is
They only like four. They like four games out of first place.
yeah, Utah is like 11-6, and I think the Warriors are 6-9. Um, when you look at the games too, I look at how they are losing. I don't see them just out there being dominated. It's just stretches of bad basketball. Now you don't
Yeah,
want
wait
to
till after they
create
next
them
part, the next
habits
lecture
of.
we going after that you gonna
I
see.
think I remember seeing it like towards the end with the Miami Heat, like that last year in 2014. They thought they could just flip that
Allen and Porter,
switch.
is there other guys ready to eat?
So you don't want to like you don't want them to think they can just like flip the switch.
If y'all didn't eat, come on, go eat.
Yeah.
Tell them they can go eat.
Yeah, so Golden State. Yeah,
Tell
that's
them they
another
can
team
go.
that's that like the Nets, like they played the Grizzlies today. No Morant, no Bane, so that's their chance to get on the roll. Like they lose that game. Then the Lakers too. The Lakers, if they lose today, they got to blow it up, bro. If you lose,
They
you lose
like
to the
Yeah,
Spurs at home.
they're like honestly cooked. Like I respect they getting wins, but like that's a team I already didn't think was gonna be in contention.
go eat. Go eat.
Okay.
I think the spirit about this season is all the teams that they thought was going to like be doing the
Go eat.
fire sale, they keep winning.
Mm-hmm.
So people expecting Indiana to give up pieces.
Man, it hurt in the back of my ears.
The
They
Spurs.
expected, yeah, well the Spurs losing, but they expected like
Oh,
Utah
okay.
to be sellers, and those teams like they competing.
The Thunder. You said the Thunder. What they doing? Like with SGA and them.
Well,
I wouldn't
SGA
trade
said he's
SGA.
tired of losing, so I don't blame him. He's tired of losing.
That's good line. Yep.
You know? So
Yeah, he might win most improved shit.
he should. Hey, this one guy had
Bane.
a hot take.
What about Bane?
This one guy had a hot take, and I won't say like I agree with him, but I will say it just shows you how good SGA is. And this one guy said he think he's better than Ja Morant. You know, so my thing is it's not far fetched. I think Ja's better, but
Ja like a fan favorite though. He's just like Ja. Everybody loves Ja.
But the thing is, I think what Shea is, it's his size. He's averaging 17 points in the paint, and he's getting so efficient. And man, like I was watching that game when they
and he got a better jump shot too.
Yeah. I will say with Ja though, at times it can be like it's a lot of ball watching sometimes. But switch their situations and see what's the difference.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's interesting, but I just like it's a real competitive like.
And then the thing about the what's impressing me about SGA, they ain't got no spacing on the court. They ain't got no shooters on the team. He's still killing like that.
They just play hard, man, and I think that's what I like about the NBA this year. I would say the only team that has been looking dominant is probably, well, like I said, it was Boston and Milwaukee before they went on their little slide. Boston looks good. They don't look like they have no drop off. You know, I think
Tatum took a huge step this year.
Yeah, Jason Tatum has took a big step, and a lot of people are quick to say Luka, and Tatum is not like that far behind. They're damn near even to me because Jason Tatum plays defense too, and he's went to the finals. So, and you just look at that team outside of that year that they lost to the Nets. I think they've been in the conference finals, like damn near. I think he's been in the conference finals every year.
The year that
LeBron in 18 in finals, conference finals.
Yeah. And then they played. Then they lost the year they lost to Brooklyn.
Oh, well, no, that one year they did it. They lost the year with Kyrie. They didn't go to the finals. That was 20, but
that's crazy. Yeah, Kyrie, Tatum, and Jaylen
that was
Brown.
2019. Yeah, they didn't go to the conference finals that year. but they went in 2020, and then they went last year. So I guess 3
I
out of
think
3 years he's
I
done.
think I think what messed up the thing is in 2019 you had the Kyrie situation, and then they kept putting Gordon Hayward in the starting lineup. It kind of messed everything threw everything off.
Yeah, I just think sometimes, and I kind of see that with the Warriors sometimes. I think, well, now it's not that case. The Warriors, they want to play too many people. But I think sometimes when you don't have a definitive rotation, or if you don't have definitive roles, your team will suffer because all these people are just, Terry Rozier was on that team. He like, I won't miss.
Hey,
You get what I'm saying?
no disrespect, but Michael Green got to go. He has to go.
I'll put it like
He
this.
don't fit.
You don't like the Michael Green?
They played better against the Knicks. Now, I will say this as a fan, looking back at that Phoenix game, I would say I kind of went overboard with the criticism because I really think we took away from how good of a game that Phoenix played. Like, if you look at it, a lot of the passes, man, they was just playing good basketball. Like, I was more so mad at, like, the Warriors' shot selection, Clay's shot selection in question. I didn't like how Poole wasn't aggressive. But Phoenix played a great game.
Them 2 transition threes, them was bad threes that changed the momentum of the game.
It's like, what it is, of course, like, with a player like Clay, what it say is, you go to, you leave the dance with, who you came with. You get what I'm saying? So, of course, a lot of that is in his makeup. But Clay, to be effective, he has to set his feet. And when he's shooting bad, is a lot of it he's rushing his shots. He's drifting to the left. So you can't rush his mechanics. He's not that type of player. Like, Steph can shoot in any type of position. You get what I'm saying?
He can.
Because as long as he just, follow his routine. But, I mean, as long as he, just use his balance and get his shot off, Steph can do that.
I think they just need to add another big.
No, they need to, because I just, you can't have just Looney as your only big. Now, I get it in the playoffs, the rotation is going to be smaller. They're probably only going to go 7 or 8 deep. So you're going to probably have a lot of Looney and Draymond at center. But my thing is, if Looney's in foul trouble, and if you have Dre in foul trouble, you need somebody that's going to give you those minutes. Hopefully, Young Dog, get it together and develop in the G League. Like, I like Wiseman, but his problem is he's just so far behind defensively. And I think it just sucks with Kerr is he's allowing Clay and them to make mistakes, but he's not allowing the young guys to. And I think that's kind of frustrating when you on a team like that.
I thought Kuminga was going to take a huge jump. That's who I thought was going to take the big. I thought Kuminga was going to take a big jump. He looked lost defensively.
It's weird though, because it's like the games they play good is the games that everyone sit out. You get what I'm saying? The young guys man, we want to cook, but they gotta. What they have to learn to do though, they got to learn how to do what Iguodala has done. They got to learn to do what Livingston has done. You got to play your role. And I get it. You want to get paid. Kuminga, you see your counterparts out there, young guys out there balling that was in your draft class. And you want to do that. But unfortunately, like I say, you got drafted by a contender. They didn't get drafted by an Orlando where you can go out and catch, just let you make a whole bunch of mistakes and you get as many shots as you want.
I heard they didn't want to.
So
I heard they didn't even want to draft Kuminga at first. They wanted to draft my man that went to Orlando from Michigan. What's his name? Franz Wagner. I heard they.
No, Wagner.
Yeah, I heard they
Steve Kerr
wanted
wanted them to
Wagner,
draft him, but
they wanted
yeah,
him, or they wanted Josh Giddey. But I
yeah,
think the thing is with Kuminga though, he does have a lot of upside. He's not a bad
yeah,
player. It's just that young guys, unfortunately, when you're in a playoff series, they're going to get cooked defensively. And
hmm
you can't afford those type of mistakes. You get
You're
what I'm
right.
saying? So
he be in good position. He just gamble. He just gamble a lot.
that's what the problem is. Kaminga's
Yeah,
not bad. And if I'm them, I see why they would want to hold on to him. You know, of course everybody like trade them all back to Brooklyn. It's like, no, the Warriors are gonna be
Not
fine.
to Brooklyn.
Now what I would do is I'd try to finesse Portland. I'd be like, y'all can have Wiseman and Moody. Just give us GP2 back. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Just give us GP2 back. Y'all can have these two. You know, we'll give you
But they
Wiseman
need
and
him
Moody.
back, bro.
But they're missing him. See, like I said, GP2 was the guy that just played his role. And he's
yeah.
6'3". He's 6'3", like Bumpy. I'm going to just cut to the basket. They will find
Mm.
you. But the problem is
Yup.
the young
Him
cats
and
want to
him
wait
and
on the
him and
perimeter.
him and what's the name play the same role on good teams. Him and Bruce Brown, they do the
Thank you.
same kind of thing.
And you see how Bruce looks in Denver. Bruce looks
Yeah,
great. So the thing with
playing
Kuminga
off of
is,
Jokic.
Kuminga, if he wants to see the floor, he needs to be looking at nothing but Gary Payton 2 film from last year. But see, some of that stuff you can't teach. You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
You can't teach some of that stuff. That got to be in you. You know, Gary Payton, he was just a guy like, man, I'm going to do whatever it takes to get on the court. Some games he has 6, sometimes it'll be 12. You know,
Like you was saying, like Troy, you said, some of these teams, you just can't throw three guys on the team and just think you just gonna go out there and win. It don't work like that.
no, I don't, man. The league has changed. Like, what I'm going to tell people is I'm going to be respectful to the old NBA. I'm not saying the league is better. I'm just saying the
hmm
way basketball played is different now. So what I'm saying is,
hmm
even if you go back to the Big Three era, it was a lot like we got to get guys that can score and cook in one-on-one situations. You're really not in one-on-one situations towards the end of the game. So a lot of it is just ball movement and spacing. So you're going to need guys that can pass, and you're going to need guys that can hit an open shot, or a guy, when the spacing is
Danny
good, be able
Green.
to drive. You get what I'm
Danny
saying?
Green's over there.
So the game was just different. Just look at the 90s, how it was played. It was a lot of Jordan to go ISO, or you look at Charles Barkley, you throw it into them, and you will let them watch them cook. And then everything was off of their whatever, how the
Play.
defense played them. If they was double, they would make the pass. If they was single, they'd cook they got until they forced the doubles. But it wasn't a lot of spacing though either. Everything was played in. You get what I'm saying? So you getting picked up from inside the 3-point line. Now it's spaced out. So if the floor
It's
is safe,
spaced out, and then you got some teams playing small ball too.
thank you. So the pace is going to be faster, and the floor
Right.
is going to be more balanced. The problem
Right.
with bad teams is you just got bad shooters taking a lot of those bad shots. You get what I'm saying? So if you got, like, example, who is the Lakers? If you got a whole bunch of cats that shooting 29 to 34% from three, of course they're gonna not. If the basketball is gonna look bad, but if you got an
You know
efficient,
Westbrook shoot the best percentage on the team from the
yeah,
three.
Westbrook is good when he takes his time. It was never about Russ, and we can pivot to him. It was never about how Russ plays. It was just always about his shot selection and his mentality. When Russ takes his
Yeah.
time, read the defense, he's good. When he actually takes time, shoots his shot, he good. You could tell when he's not working on his mechanics or when he doesn't follow his mechanics, because that's when the ball is like hitting the side of the rim and shit. You get what I'm saying? Russ is
Yep.
always good. It was just always about if he played under control.
I'm bad.
So
Dang.
Yeah, but like going back to it, yeah, it's
Yeah,
just
go ahead.
you're not gonna really just put three guys on a team and watch them dominate.
That's
You
an over
gotta
with, man.
you gotta have fit. That's how you get what I'm saying. A
And you got to play a
offense,
system too.
yeah,
You have to play a system too.
you got to. You guys, man, guys just gotta play a role. Everyone has a role on the team, and what I'm liking about Boston is it's like they've bought into their role. Jaylen Brown, like, man, if y'all give me this bitch, it's going up. You pass me the
Mm-hmm.
ball, it's going up or I'm driving. And Tatum, like, all right, I can be a playmaker. I can pick my spots. I'm good enough. I can pick my spots. You get what I'm saying? Marcus Smart, no, he gonna play defense. You got to live with some bad heat check shots, or I ain't shot it in potential. I mean, I ain't shot it in the wild shots. But you don't see him. You don't really see no. You can know. You know, there's a hierarchy. They know
They
who
gonna
the
have to
best
pay that.
player
They
is.
gonna have to pay. They gonna have to pay that boy Grant Williams though.
Play who?
They gonna have to pay Grant Williams.
Yeah, they're gonna have to. But that's why, like,
He,
you know, it's
he a
set up
nice role player.
with the salary cap for you to pay. You know, be able to you can pay your players. You just got to do the tax. But I'm really just been excited with how, like I say, how competitive the league is. Like every night, you just seeing guys they knocking each other off. You get what I'm saying? Like we just saw
Man, I'll see.
Milwaukee lose.
Yeah, Philly. They about to go through a tough stretch. No
No,
Harden
they
and no
cooked though.
Maxey.
Harden and Maxey gone, man. I'll put it like this: if Embiid won MVP, he's
This is a
pretty much
chance.
in that position that like Jokic was in last year. So
Without Murray or
Exactly.
Porter.
yeah,
Yep.
so it's like if he can keep them above water during this stretch, of course he gonna be MVP. And then I don't know what's up. You know, of course, I did one thing I like about the league is I think everyone. Well, Steph still got his hot streak going, but you saw a lot of people starting hot. They starting to cool off a little bit. You know, Giannis hitting a little rough spot. Luka just gonna score
And
regardless.
he did for a minute before the 59. He was struggling for a
Yeah,
minute.
yeah.
Man, I just don't think as great as Luca is, I don't think his style of play can win.
Let's be
They gonna
realistic.
have to.
He's playing like Harden. It's the Harden.
Yeah.
All they really did was it's the same Mike D'Antoni system, but you just have Luka. And what it was is that's all Houston did with Harden. Spread them out with four players. You get what I'm saying? I mean, put four players on the. I mean, do four out or five out, and he just gonna drive, kick, or pass. The thing is that usage rate. That's the reason why Harden and them, man, doesn't they never really got over the hump because in the
And do you
playoffs,
notice? And then in the second half, in the fourth quarter, Luca be wore down. When
yeah,
the fourth quarter comes.
that's all teams gonna do. Look, you're a good player, so you're going to hit some tough shots. You're going to get cooked, but your legs, man, how are your legs gonna be towards the end of a 7-game series? And
Right.
that's all the Warriors did to him. They like bumping, man. We just gonna have Wiggins pick you up full court. And you know what? And we gonna attack you on this end.
Yep.
So what can you do? You need another guy that can create. You need another guy that's gonna
The
take the
Warriors,
pressure
right?
off.
The Warriors just need to get to the playoffs, bro. Healthy. That's it.
They're in, yeah. The Warriors just remind me of like that '02 Lakers phase or that '98 Bulls.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? We've won. You don't win nothing from the regular season. We're a team that already won 73 games. You know,
Yeah.
they
This
want to
is.
clean up the mess, though. You just don't want to create bad
You
habits.
want to clean it up.
Hey,
Yeah, you don't want to go
you
in the
know,
playoffs and then you fuck around and run into Phoenix the
this
first
this, this
round.
you know this year's stuff. He been going to the rim way more. That's because he got stronger.
Yeah. He's stronger in the game, just easier, man. I think one thing I like about him, too, is it seemed like he rarely takes a bad shot, you know, besides his heat check shots, but he's very efficient.
He is. They
He's
talking
really
about
like,
Bill Simmons said this is best year statistically, but second best year overall so far. He just said it's just like this ain't translating to all the wins like it
Who,
was
Steph?
on 16. Oh,
yeah.
I think he talking about the regular season though.
Well, his 2021 was insane too.
Yeah, I know for sure it was.
Oh yeah.
I think the difference,
Was it 32 a game?
of course, the difference between this year and last year is like the threes are going in. I don't know what the hell happened when he had went through that rough stretch. He could have hit a damn three.
I think he was going through some, when his parents with the divorce and all that stuff. That's what I think was bothering him. And the record and breaking that record, I think all that stuff was just all in his mind.
Yeah, because I remember
That's what I
like I was getting pissed because as a Steph fan, I used to damn near be able to call it, be like, "Oh, this going in," and then I'm like, "What the hell?" Like this year, I'm watching the Phoenix game, and I'm like, "Wow." It's like he really could have scored 60 if he wanted to.
Yeah.
That's why I was getting pissed at Clay, because I'm like, man, it's just playing basketball. If it's clearly his night and he got it going, don't shoot no damn transition three, or at least play off of him and let him get you.
One of the transition threes, Wiggins was running to the basket. Wiggins was about to have a wide open dunk. Nobody even right there.
See Clay trying to get his. That's
No, like, and I said I don't blame him, but as I say, when you look at Clay, I get it. He wants to get back. He wants to prove people wrong. But see him, he brought that on himself. He talked all that 4 ring stuff to Phoenix, and they let him know. Like, bro, don't talk to me about your 4 rings. What you doing now? You getting your ass bust on this court now. Them 4 rings not stopping you from getting your ass bust.
They should have put Wiggins. They should have put Wiggins on Booker at the beginning of the game anyway.
Yeah, that's why I said I didn't know what that strategy was. But the thing was, Booker just played, and I'm like, in his maturity, like his passing and his like hockey assist was great to me. But who really killed them though was campaign. I was just like, dog, every time I looked up, he was scoring. And then Bridges, he hitting them shots. I ain't gonna lie, y'all want to know why Phoenix better this year? They done took Jay Crowder out that rotation. And well, he not playing, but he's another guy like he had a hot stretch in the bubble, man. Let's be real. He had a hot streak in the bubble. And when he's on the court, I ain't gonna lie, as a Warriors fan, I was loving him out there. I'm like, man, this dude ain't about to hit that. And if he do, they're just gonna encourage him to shoot more. I'll take him going 3 for 10.
Jay Crowder, he one of them.
Cam Johnson was just stepping up, but he injured now. The good thing he was only 1 or 2 months instead of the whole season, though.
Yeah. Jay Crowder,
like said,
he real streaky.
Yeah, and it's like, and he a guy that, like I say, you got to play your role. He think he owes shots. Like, no, man. Booker, Bridges, Ayton, and Paul, all of them should be at a hierarchy on that team. And then you get in where you fit in.
And he's not even better than Campaign or Johnson.
Yeah.
Johnson.
Clay got to realize that he the 4th best offensive option on the team right now. It's Steph, Wiggins, Poole, and Beard. You gotta play your.
What Kerr has to learn to do is he just has to learn how to stagger those minutes, and he really needs to put Poole with Steph. But the problem is, Poole is like the only one that can really get his shot off.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't want.
And you know why Poole, and then Poole, the reason. And another reason Troy Poole was struggling, they kept trying to make him try to play like a point guard. That ain't his game.
He's not a scorer.
They trying to make him.
Thank you.
Yeah, they trying to make him create. They started playing a little better when Denver Chisholm.
Yeah, he's a shooting guard that has like some passing ability, but that's not his strength. So you got to let him cook. That's why, like, I guarantee you, Monday, and I might be wrong, but Monday they play a back-to-back. So they play the Pelicans tomorrow. Clay's not going to play. Poole's going to start, and he's going to have a good game.
Yep.
Because with Steph on the court, he's a 2 guard. So all he got to do is one track. He just got to get it and go. But when he on that, what's the name? It's like he towing the line.
Everybody.
Damn.
Yo, eat. Man, what's the name so far this year? I'm disappointed.
Yep.
I thought Edwards was gonna take a big step this year. Kind of,
You thought who was?
and he looked kind of out of shape. I think Anthony Edwards, he been a disappointment to me so far this year.
That team doesn't work though.
They got too many good players on one team.
That team doesn't work. So you take your player and you add another big. You know, guys don't want to. That's why I say like guys don't want to act. Like,
I think D'Lo ain't it. Yeah, D'Lo got to go. They got to find a better point guard. I think.
Edwards should be the number one option besides, second option besides.
Well, of course, D'Lo is D'Lo, and I don't think he showed up in the playoffs. But their problem is, like, truly, they should have just turned the team over to Edwards.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? Or say we're gonna play through you and Cat, whatever. If you could pick and roll with them, or you can pick and pop. They just didn't need Rudy Gobert.
And they traded all them draft picks to get him.
Thank you. They had a good team. And this is the problem with certain teams. This reminds me of
I heard the owner didn't even want to trade for him. The owner wanted DeJounte Murray.
But this reminds me of like the stupid stuff that like OKC did, like when they traded
Harden.
Yeah, when they traded Harden, and I think another thing is I don't think they should have traded they shouldn't have traded for Kendrick Perkins. So the thing is this: they were a year ahead of schedule with the last year. You get what I'm saying? They went to the playoffs. They made a leap. And the owner he was doing too much. You didn't have to like just change.
Are we a player away?
Like
That's what you're thinking.
Yeah, they like, oh man, we get this, we a contender, and it's like,
no, bro.
NBA, I'm telling you, you're rarely going to see that one team that like, who is that team? Like to me, that Raptors team was just an anomaly. They had some vets that came together and they won the title. You know, they did.
They sit in the jersey, but they don't matter.
But a lot of times, you got to build your team and build chemistry. And you just can't keep messing it up. You got to get people that fit.
Yeah, so, that fit their role.
They would have been better off, like, moving on from D'Angelo Russell, putting him in the trade. And like y'all said, getting a DeJounte Murray or getting a Donovan Mitchell if you're going to make it. Because, one, if you get Rudy Gobert, he plays the same position as your second-best player on your team. Then, two, he's making $40 million a year. So you can't bench him. You have to start him. You get what I'm saying?
For real.
Essentially,
you can't say Gobert, you coming off the bench. You can't say that. No, you paying the nigga $40 million.
If they really want to fix their team, they would just really have to stagger their minutes and not play them both together. Because what happens is you're going to play them. You can't have two bigs on there because, one, your offense is going to be crowded. And then, two, on the defensive end, I don't care how good you are. If he doesn't come out, you're giving up an open jump shot. And then if he does come out, he's getting blown past, and the next big is going to step up, and it's going to be a drop-off. So now you're constantly chasing on defense. And that's what good teams going to do. I'm telling you, they're going to play a good team in the playoffs.
I'm like Rudy Gobert. That's why I was tired of them to give him
they going to play.
He should have won over Ben Simmons that year, bro. Ben Simmons got to
go play. All teams going to do is go small like the Clippers did against Utah.
Thank you. And just shoot them out the damn gym or make them chase. And they going to look at them like, oh, you not coming out here? These are professional players.
You know what? Gobert going to get traded. He going to get traded before the trade deadline, though.
He going to have to.
They going to
trade him to the Warriors. Trade him to the Warriors. We can use him. Dude, don't let that happen.
They Carly Hartsold, he go there.
Oh, man.
Him and Draymond. He got him in that lob threat. That's all they need him to do, just catch lobs.
And then if he
pick and roll.
And then if he do this stupid stuff where he gets cooked and teams go small, you just gonna put Loon in. So
You're right.
they should have just. I just
Always
keep
Drake.
on it,
Always.
man. They got to really be looking at. They have to look at their rosters, and they have to look at fit, and they have to build around them. Like I'm
Yeah.
liking what. I ain't gonna lie. I hated on them guys. I got to get them their respect. Atlanta is balling. Atlanta is balling.
They are balling.
And if you look at, well, I think they beat Milwaukee twice this year with Milwaukee
Yep.
healthy. So the problem is, like, I guess, they didn't draft it so well. So now, like, they want to trade John Collins because, you got a Kongu who's on the bench. And Young Dog is good. That was one of my favorite players in the draft that year. I thought I wanted the Pistons to get
Kyle Wolf from USC.
Yeah, he played with Melo Ball and all them.
Yeah.
Yeah, he won a championship with him. And he was a freshman balling with him. Him and LaMelo was freshmen when they went undefeated that year. And then that next year, I think they only lost like 2 games. So they're Young Dog and ball. And they were crazy.
I was telling people like if DeMar DeRozan would have went to the Lakers, they still wouldn't have worked because he need the ball in his hand to be effective. He not no off ball player. It still wouldn't have worked if he would have went to the Lakers.
Yeah, I think what will turn the Lakers season around, and I think I've been seeing in these last 2 games, they
got to run the ball through AD.
They got to play through him. And even with Bron, the thing is with Bron, you can say I want this to be AD team, and but if you're not playing through him yourself, I'm sorry. I know you want to get the scoring record, but we can't watch you cook and shoot 10 threes, bro. You got to play through your team.
Shit, and that shit do not look fun to watch. I ain't gonna lie. LeBron ain't fun to watch no more.
He old. He not in his prime. He 38.
Yeah.
The fuck,
Right.
He not good no more.
I'm just saying,
Well,
this nigga he looked like he weighed down at 3. He looked like he was like 280 pounds.
You're not as good as you used to be. Like, to be honest, when I see Bron right now, it's like watching Houston when they play. Oh man, Green had 25. Well, dog, somebody got to shoot the shots on the bad team, of course.
Somebody
got to get numbers on the bad team.
But I'm just saying though, right
if you
now,
lose, that shit don't even matter.
We not hoopers right now. I'm just saying we not even in the NBA. But I guarantee you, shit, let us shoot 20 times. Some of them gonna go in if we put up 20 shots, bro.
That's what I'm saying. But Jalen Green, he's straight. I like Jalen Green. Like we gotta pump the brakes on him a little bit.
He's good, but he just they have
Bobo.
You gotta start building a roster. Or like your team is gonna get bad habits. So,
yeah, we got Sengun. Well, you got Sengun and Eason as two of your best top 6 players.
They're gonna have to move on from Kevin Porter. Kevin Porter's destiny to me in this league is like a 6-man scoring off the bench. And if not, if he don't embrace that role,
he really not a point guard either. He really a 2.
Yeah, he's a 2. To be honest, I would. I keep bringing them up, but even like any contender, to be honest, a team that should look at Kevin Porter is like Miami because they don't have too many guys that can get their own shot.
It's Sunday.
Right.
Being that it's Sunday, we got our brother on here.
Man.